Hey, what's up? This is Badraki from Gotbeer.com. We're here in Utica, New York at the FX Matt Brewing Company. These guys have been open and brewing beer since 1888. These guys know what they're doing. Let's go inside and take a look around. This is Badraki from Gotbeer.com, and I'm hanging out here in the Portrait Hall of FX Matt Brewing Company with President Fred Matt. What's your first recollection, whether it be as a kid or whatever your first recollection as being in this brewery?
Being very young and very small, and my father coming home, and at night he'd come home and he'd have a beer, and he'd put shot glasses on the counter, and reaching up and getting a shot glass, and reaching like as far as you could stretch to get the shot glass, and then having a shot glass of beer. So that's kind of my memory of beer at first.
How old were you at that point, you think?
Probably 4 or something.
Man, you guys have built yourself up to now where you're the number 8 overall craft brewery in the country. What do you see happening in the next 5 years for FX Matt and Saranac?
The craft beer business, a lot of people look at us as, we got into the craft beer business. I'd argue that we've always been in the craft beer business. And then coming out of Prohibition, as taste changed and it got to more mainstream beers, we changed with the times and went to more, drinkable and more, I always call it the who could get to water first and call it beer. We make beers that I call distinctive and drinkable. My great-grandfather used to call it round beers. And what he always wanted to do is make a beer that had, technically no rough edges, but it had a real nice taste, and then it dissipated in your mouth as it went down your throat. And his whole philosophy was that Matts are going to drink beer, and they're going to drink beer all night. And if you want to drink beer all night, it should be distinctive, but you got to be able to drink it. This is our mesh cooker up there. You're basically taking the grains and you're taking through a number of temperature steps, converting the sugars to carbohydrates. So this is our new pilot brewery. What's really cool, there's 2 things that are cool about this. We actually have never had a pilot brewery. We've had a pilot brewery in the lab, but not a 2-barrel system. And the reason we put this in is for years we have been doing our pilot brewing off of 500 barrels. And what I would tell you is that that's cool because our brewers are good enough that I can't remember when we've ever dumped a beer. And at the same time, what I would tell you is it doesn't always come out perfect.
This is kind of where you create the recipe and take it for a test drive. See, one of the cool parts about this job is we get to try beers that nobody else gets to try. Your family essentially has been brewing beer here in this location since 1888.
Yep.
What's it like to be involved in a family-run organization of this magnitude?
You have a legacy, and part of, as a family member and being part of the brewery, your job is to keep it going and grow it and make it better than when you had it. We are still, as a family, very close-knit, and this goes down to 5th generation, etc. So the fact that we've been able to kind of thrive, I'm going to say, for most of the time for 125 years as a family, and we still like each other, I think it's pretty cool.
This is Badraki reporting from the FX Matt Brewing Company. Thank you, Fred Matt. Thank you very much for your time today and the tour of the brewery. Yeah, man, my pleasure to be here, and we appreciate you having me. Let's go check out the band. What do you say?
I'm in.
Let's go. That was the bomb doing some Pantera. We're drinking some Saranac. We're gonna do a lap and see what everybody's drinking out here. All right, hey, we're here with Gotbeer.com. What are you drinking?
Saranac.
What kind of Saranac?
You sing.
The pumpkin ale. Saranac. Pale ale. Blueberry blonde ale. White IPA. They have no idea what they're doing. FX Matt Brewery. Check it out. Live music and great beer. Doesn't get any better than that.